Hey, hello, this is Jack Tubbs at the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, coming to you on this beautiful Wednesday here in the Valley in Phoenix. Hope you get a chance to get out and enjoy some of the weather that Mother Nature has blessed us with today. Hey, I want to talk about solar power today, and I just want to talk about some of the reasons for and the reasons against. I also want to kind of dispel maybe a myth or two that I've heard some people talk about solar power. But the first thing that I really want you to understand is that your need for solar power is going to be based on what you pay out in your electric bill. And if you have, say, an electric bill that's over $300 a month during the summer, solar power definitely is probably something that can help you bring your utilities down. But yes, there's a lot of upfront costs, or we have the leases, and leases are kind of 50-50 whether they really work out and save you money or not. I think they probably benefit the leaseholder more than they do you. The only thing that's kind of unique about a lease is that once the lease is up, you can leave the equipment there and it's pretty much yours to keep. The life expectancy after like a 25-year lease is probably about 5 years, especially if you've had it installed in the last, say, 7 to 15 years ago. Newer panels are now showing a lifetime about 30 to 35 years. So if you're in a lease for 25 years and you know the equipment's going to stay at the end of the lease, you probably can be a benefactor of that for almost 10 years before we see the equipment degrade from the exposure to sunlight and really not become that usable anymore, and probably would need a lot more maintenance to continue its operation than what it's really worth as far as the money that it saves you. So that's where we go on leases. I've always been a proponent of ownership. That way we have a better handle on our costs and be able to control our costs as time goes by, depending on what kind of system we put in, whether we put up a backup battery, and other options are out there to help regulate what your consumption is, especially during peak hours that are charged by APS and SRP. But anyways, you got to evaluate, saving $300 a month, is it worth it? Is it worth saying, a $12 to maybe $20,000 investment, depending on who you buy your system from, how big your system is, what other kinds of bells and whistles, a backup battery, all these different things. But it's up to you to evaluate that, and you're going to have to really divide that out over 25 years to figure out what your savings are going to be. Most likely you should be able to, and I know at least in APS, they will allow you to put a system on your house that will be able to provide the energy that you need to run your house plus 10%. So and they're going to do that based on what your previous 12 months electrical bill is. So my recommendation to you is if you want to make an addition, say as a pool, a hot tub, anything that's going to be something that's going to increase your energy consumption, get that done before you have the system put on, so that it's there to help show what your electrical consumption is, so that you definitely can get a system built to not only to accommodate what your household is, but any of those extra additions that you put on, and then they go that 10% extra. Backup batteries are nice. I haven't seen a great need for them, but I can understand the need for them. If we have a truly bad monsoon season and power goes out for more than, say, a few hours, definitely a backup battery is great for keeping your fridge going, maybe an occasional blast of the AC. And those of you who live a little bit further out, have your own well, definitely to keep the water going, or to keep the well pump going so that you have water. All, I would say, important things when we take in consideration of what kind of system we're going to put in the house. Next thing, we have to know what kind of sunlight exposure we have. Do we do a lot? Do we have an east and west facing roof? If you do, you have the perfect roof for a system, because you know what? You'll get energy, and usually what they do is they'll split up the system. You'll have half the system on the west side of your roof, and then on the east side of your roof, and then you'll have the second half on your west side. So in the early morning, you're getting power as the sun comes up, and as the sun's setting, you continue to get power. And so that means that gives you a longer day of sun exposure, which gives you a longer day of solar power. So those are the first two things I want you to kind of think about as we kind of talk about this a little bit more. Know that I am not going to endorse any solar provider. It's just something that, as we live here in the desert, it's definitely something for us to consider, because we definitely get exposed to a lot more sunlight on a consistent basis than a lot of other parts of the country do. So it just makes sense for us to at least look at it and try to figure out whether it would benefit us or not. So that's where I'm going to end today. I've got some more points for tomorrow and some more points for Friday. We'll probably wrap it up on Friday. But anyways, hey, if I can help you in any way as far as real estate, give you an idea of what kind of value solar adds to your home, please give me a call. You can get a hold of me direct. It's 248-330-7972. That's 248-330-7972. You can email me, jack@thejteam.house, and that's Jack, Jack, at thejteam, which is THE, the letter J, the word team, .house. Or you can call my office to talk to any of my team members, 623-252-4061. That's 623-252-4061. Hey, this is Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, wishing you a fantastic day. And I'll see you tomorrow with more about what's going on in the Phoenix real estate market. Bye-bye.